for Russia and Ukraine in months.
What are you doing?
CNN's Nick Baker washes on the ground.
Feeding myself in global macro, global politics, just seeing what is going on.
Yeah, so I was thinking, right?
Yeah.
There's been like so much going on with Russia, Ukraine, they're still on it, Israel, Palestine, China, Taiwan, North and South Korea.
Yeah.
And even, billionaires are building bunkers.
Billionaires are.
They are.
We got to start construction for our own bunker.
We have to start getting our own bunker, baby. And I mean, you are the macro guy, so like...
Yeah, I mean, with the way financial market works, I mean, all the time you got to be really abreast with global macro. I tell people that global macro is a strategy on its own, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm so involved in like watching what is happening geopolitically, people are like, why are you escalating this? Why is no, it's not about that, like these things, like they run the world, right? You remember I granted an interview to all of this Yen, right? I was telling them, if you really search up the internet, YouTube, KOJOFOREX, perhaps bigger than what? Right here is like 2 years ago. So yes, I was telling them something big is coming again. What COVID did. Now you see, this is a subject matter I don't think a lot of people have even like thought about before, right?
Yeah.
But you see, there is a theorem that we call the Great Reset.
Yeah.
Have you heard of it before?
I have.
What do you think it is really about?
I think if the world is not probably going into the direction where the movers want it to go to, something must happen to shake it back and go in the direction they want to. Am I right?
A little deviated. I'll put you in the right spot though.
Okay.
So it's like, the world runs on the financial market, right? And then the financial market can be steep for a considerable long time, right?
Yeah.
And then insane money is just being created, right? And then with increasing creation of wealth and money goes hand in hand with inflation and continuous high cost of living, high expense in property, high this, it gets to a point where it's like, it gets to the brim. Right? And then the rich and poor disparity extremely widens, right?
Okay.
It's like suddenly it's only the wealthy people whose assets and stocks and investment are rising are the ones that are able to afford, comfortable living. And then those who are still in abject poverty are still going to be like abject poverty. While asset prices are continuously like rising over the roof, and like it's absurd, it's insane. So normally in every cycle in global, finance, right, there should be like, we would call it a crash, right? Where assets suddenly, for one fundamental reason or not, would lose significant value, right? And then trade itself back over time. You get me?
Yeah.
You can see that, you can clearly see that with what happened with gold, right? You can just go to gold on the monthly time frame, right? You see the first time that gold rallied all the way high up to this point, right? Let me remove this line so that it becomes more clearer. You can see like up to here was the year 2011, right?
Yeah.
Prior to 2011, you see where gold started from, like all the way from the bottom. You can see like there were times where 1980, you can see that there was a gold rush, right?
Yeah.
And then what happened? It lost that whole value, right? So between 1980 and then 2001, for anybody who had gold investment, they would just be sitting and waiting and just seeing this thing go sideways. No massive change.
Yeah.
And then what happened? There was this huge rally, right?
Yeah.
And then it also dropped and then spent extra time, about another 10 years within this range of 2010 to 2020, right?
Yeah.
Still in the same range, right?
Yeah.
And then now we've seen the assets considerably rally, right?
But I think there was an effect of COVID on gold, wasn't?
Yes, I mean, fundamentally, you can associate the rise or rally to so many, not only COVID. We can associate the rally to like COVID, right? Has a part in it. US, China, sanctions and tensions, and then China also accumulating, gold reserve heavily, and generally, risk on sentiment, right?
Yeah.
Risk on is when investors are perceiving that the world is leaning towards something, escalating, then they want to like reconvert all their investments and holdings into gold, because gold is like a much solid preserver of value. and wealth. So, all of these things. So, like with what is happening now, especially with Russia, Ukraine, the escalation considerably going on, you got to really be abreast and follow and understand,
and understand the news. And even, previously, Africa, we didn't really have any direct link or direct involvement in these things, but currently with all these coup and things going on.
Yes, it's like I was saying, right? When we're talking about nuclear war, nuclear bomb, right? You see, we saw the destruction with Hiroshima
and Nagasaki.
So a number of people that literally were wiped on the face of it, right? Now I'm saying that we've got to a point where global politics literally involves Africa. Like when there's a nuclear destruction, everybody's just going to be, involved.
Yeah.
You don't expect one race to be wiped and then leave the other, especially now that we know that African countries can have voting rights and say, I'm pro this, I'm pro that, I'm anti this, I'm anti that, We find ourselves involved. China is heavily involved in Africa, Russia is heavily involved in Africa, and US is heavily involved, and even Europe, right? Yeah. France. So you can see that there's so much alliance that involves us. So apart from the market's directional purpose, right, economically, socio-economically, and then whatever reason, we must also be concerned with, what is happening on the global politics.
And I think that is what actually is the fundamental news when it comes to trading the Forex market, right?
That's right. I've been seeing you do a lot of research, reading and all of that.
Yeah, of course. I've actually been doing a lot of research, trying to grasp the macro as he has it. I want to have the whole concept about it, fundamental, and the influence it has on the market. And the news website that I use to get all my news is FastBull. So I'm going to introduce you guys to FastBull, how I get my news, how I interpret my news, and how I use that to do analysis, and how I plan to be a macro guru through FastBull. So guys, this is FastBull, the website that I have been using to get all my global news, everything trending in the Forex market. You can see that their website is actually very user-friendly, and they have an app that you can also download if you want to have a more personalized experience with them. There are various things you can do on the FastBull website. First off is the news aspect. Now the news on FastBull is very, very up-to-date, very current news. You can see here that this news was just 19 minutes ago, and it talks about the gold dips as dollar strengthens. You have everything you need here for your analysis and also for market predictions. There's so much news worldwide, global news that will help you in your financial trading. One thing I absolutely love about the FastBull website is their AI signals. Now let me show you how the AI signals work. So when you click here, this is the AI signals section, and as I told you earlier, you can get the app to have real-time AI signals, and from here you can see that there are so many trades. Now this is free signals, so if you're a beginner trader, you're a pro trader, before you take the signals, of course you have to make sure that it actually aligns with your analysis and your bias. So you can see that these are currently the trades that we are in on the FastBull website, and these are the closed trades. You can see we sold XAUSD and 18 pips in profit, and ADUSD 12 pips in profit, and then sold your USD, and that didn't go so well, which is why I said earlier you have to make sure that it's in line with your analysis before you take the trade. And you can see from this side that the win rate for the free signals is 62%, which is actually very, very good. Nobody can get 100% win rate on the market. And when you come here, this is the analysis section. One good thing about this section is that you actually get to see analysis made by both the institutions and from seasoned analysts. So if you look here, these are analysis from the institutions, which is the global markets, QuickTech Asia, the rate sparks, and from here you can see that these are views from analysts. So you get to actually see if your analysis is right, and you also get to see people who are having the same perspective or similar perspective to what you have. Now finally we come to the economic calendar. Now the economic calendar is what actually gives you the fundamental news, the news as it's happening. So we can see here that at 1:45 there was New Zealand external migration, and the impact on the news was that gold was going to be bearish. You get the actual rate, the previous rate, and the forecasted rate, and if you want to see more, you just come to view and you get to see in-depth details details about it. So there are so many things you can actually look out for on the FastBull website. It's very easy to use, and that's what I've been using for my analysis and also to get my global news. So click the link in the description to visit the FastBull website to download your app and then also use it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, subscribe to this channel, like the video, click in the link in the description to join the KOJOFOREX Telegram community. Click in the link in the description again to purchase the KOJOFOREX Gold Strategy. It's a simple course that you can just take, which is what I have been learning and teaching on this channel. So if you want to learn along with me, you just have to purchase the course, and it's actually on discount now. Just $99, you get yourself the KOJOFOREX Gold Strategy. Follow me on all social media at Miss Ababrew. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, turn on the bell notification to get notified whenever I upload, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Ciao.